This is Justin Cady with ESFI. I'm sitting here with Nientonsoh, representing Reddit Nation. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I'm living the dream, dude. So you just got off of a big win off of Team Fear, and you actually played Caitlyn mid. I've seen this before. Could you kind of walk us through the logic behind that pick?
Basically, Caitlyn mid, she can just free farm completely in mid lane. So why not put her mid? Because her mid game's a problem. So if you can just skip past that phase and just get extremely farmed before everyone else, then you're going to be ahead late game for sure, especially having 280 carries. There's really nothing the enemy team can do in group fights if they don't have hard initiation on you. So it's pretty easy team fights.
Well, I actually saw you play Gangplank yesterday. And this is kind of like is starting to become a little bit of a theme for League of Legends, having an AD caster or just an AD mid. Do you think, since I guess Froggen was kind of, I don't know if he was like the first, but he's kind of popularized the AD caster mid, do you think that has kind of opened people's eyes, or is there something else?
I started doing Gangplank mid because I copied it off of IG's mid lane, Zatai. I really respect that guy because he doesn't only do standard things, he can choose other things. I think he's gone like Nocturne mid, he does Swain mid, Jarvan mid, and all that. So I just really respected that, and I really liked his item build on Gangplank with Tiamat because your Q gives you 35 gold and 35 mana and 8 gold per creep kill you get, and if you kill more than one creep with it, or with Tiamat, with your Q, you get that gold per creep you kill. So if you kill a Wraith camp, you get an extra 32 gold and like twice as much mana as the spell even costs. So you get extra mana from casting the spell. So it's pretty sick.
That is sick. I've never even considered that. Well, moving into Season 3, are you confident that your team can qualify with the top 8?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive that we'll be able to make it, unless yeah, I don't know. We'll make it for sure.
I like the confidence. So Wild Turtle was just recently added. How are you, or how is he settling with the team? I know he played AP mid before, and then if I'm correct, he said he was more comfortable in the bottom. How is that kind of meshing together?
Well, yeah, he's played AD carry a lot this season. He, like, all of his top played champions and ranked is AD, but he just subbed for teams as mid, so he's just an originally AD player. So we picked him up as AD because we saw a lot of potential in him, and I went to mid for that, and it should work well. Like, we're doing pretty well at this tournament, and we haven't even practiced too much because Yuzuki lives in New York, so he hasn't been able to play without power because of Sandy. So yeah, we haven't practiced in like 2 weeks. We've done like 2 or 3 scrims.
Yeah. Well, you said you're doing well here, and you've been to other events, bigger, I guess you could say, more luster and stuff. How does this event kind of compare to those, like IPL, MLG, compared to like the Lone Star Clash, which is a little bit smaller, a lot more intimate, in my opinion, at least? How do you like that?
It's just a lot more connection between the staff and the players from this event, I feel. Like, I was staying here for the week because I was subbing for TD at MLG Dallas, and the Tespa people I was staying at one of their people's house. His name's Ethan. He's a really cool guy. All of them are really cool, actually, just helping out. We went out to dinner a lot and stuff. It was just pretty awesome. Everyone's really nice, so they're a really cool group of people.
Awesome. Well, there was a period in time before Season 2 when nobody would scrim like anyone, at least the top people. But you guys you were like, yeah, we'll scrim anyone, anywhere, anytime, especially with TSM. Do you think that your ability to scrim or your willingness to scrim with anyone is kind of helping you out?
Yeah, definitely. It's really dumb of teams to not scrim every team that they're available to, especially with how dominant Korean teams are right now. NA is going to fall behind. Like, NA is behind everyone right now, basically. Like, Taiwan won the finals, and I think they're they're one of the only good teams there. But Korean teams, there's a lot of them, and they're all really close in skill from what I hear. Europe has M5, CLGU, which are better than all the NA teams. And like, just NA needs to catch up, and to do that, everyone needs to practice with everyone. So,
do you ever get to practice against any of the Asian teams or European teams, for that matter?
We've scrimmed TPA a couple times a while back, but that was a long time ago. Since then, we've tried to schedule a couple of scrims, but they had to do other things when it came up, so it's okay. We'll try to set up more scrims with them, but yeah, mostly just scrimming NA teams though.
So you used to play professional WoW.
Somewhat.
Well, somewhat. Would you say that kind of... Actually, you played Han, too, as well. Do you just kind of pick up a game and like, oh, I can do that, no problem?
I played WoW. I started playing WoW in like 6th grade, and I just really liked it. It was my first MMO, and I started playing that a lot. I capped out at like 2,900 or something in Season 6, and then after that, I swapped over to Han, started playing that a lot. It was in beta. I was trying to become a competitive player, but I didn't really have the right mindset, and I played it mostly just for fun. I won a qualifier to go to a LAN event. I was really excited, but it turned out the LAN event or the tournament was fake, so that kind of sucked.
Oh.
And then I played Han a lot with Skara as well, so I saw his success on League, so I was like, okay, I can do the same thing. So I started playing the game with the intention of going pro, and it worked out.
Well, was there anything other than just the success of Scar that kind of lured you into a league, or is it just there were just so many people playing it you just kind of liked it, or did you just like the game?
Well, I kind of got bored with Han a little bit, and I just really liked the MOBA genre. Like, I love Dota 2, I love Han, I love League especially, and yeah, I just really like the game type, and that's basically it. And the incentive of being able to go pro helped as well.
I'm sure it did, man. So it was recently announced that you and your team will be joining Quantic. What kind of things are you hoping to do with that?
Well, they are going to provide us a gaming house in Oceanside, I believe, so that's really awesome. We're going to be able to compete more, what's the word? I don't know. We're going to be able to, I guess, compete more seriously with other teams that have gaming houses. It's obviously a pretty big advantage because you can be with your team at all times, which is awesome. You can't really just like leave the computer and not talk to them. Like, it's just face-to-face interaction throughout. So it's pretty cool. And just a more rigorous training schedule and expectation of Season 3 and competing with the rest of the world.
Well, since you're all going to be in a gaming house, can we expect everyone to be streaming more?
Yeah, for sure. I'm probably going to be streaming a lot more. Like right now I'm having some issues with streaming. Like, it crashes a lot and I lag a little bit. So once I'm able to get a new computer, which I think, I should be able to.
Well, that's awesome, man. I appreciate the interview. I appreciate your time. Is there anything you'd like to say at the end?
Yeah. I love you too, Connie and Beth. And shout outs to Quantic, of course. Shout outs to all the fans that I have. You guys are great. Shout outs to my family. Thanks for believing in me. And you can follow me on Twitter at Nientonsoh lol or Nientonsoh2, one of the two. Yeah, Nientonsoh2. Facebook at Nientonsoh. And you can watch my stream at twitch.tv/Nientonsoh if you'd like to. And also shout out to the Tespa people. They're all great. So, yeah, that's...
All right. Thank you, man.